MP Kandamal, Dr. Ravindra Narayan Behraji, Honorable MP Jajpur, Mohammad Sadiq Kalam, Commissioner cum Secretary, Department of Public Enterprises, Dr. Arun Kumar Rath, Chairperson, Bridge Bharat Summit, IAS retired, Shri Nikhil Saraf, CEO, Freedom Edu Services Private Limited, Shri Vijay Kumar Mohanty ji, Chairman and MD Ereda, distinguished participants, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to be here at the inauguration of Bridge Bharat Conclave 2026 and the National Seminar on Corporate Social Responsibility, Emerging Issues and Challenges, jointly organized by Odisha Corporate Foundation and Freedom Edu in association with the Department of Public Enterprises, Government of Odisha. I extend my greetings to all the participants and appreciate the organizers for bringing together stakeholders on a subject of contemporary importance. This seminar is timely and highly relevant. Corporate social responsibility has evolved significantly from the idea of charitable giving to a responsibility towards people, communities, and the environment. At a time when India is pursuing rapid economic growth while also confronting climate risks, social inequalities, and changing developmental needs, CSR can become a powerful instrument for inclusive and sustainable progress. The question before us is not merely how much is spent, but whether every intervention creates lasting and measurable value for society. India's CSR framework under the Companies Act 2013 has provided a structured approach to encouraging corporate participation in social development. It has helped channel corporate resources towards important areas such as health, education, livelihoods, women's empowerment, environmental sustainability, rural development, and disaster management. There are many subjects. There is no bar for corporate social responsibility for spending the money in that particular sector. Anything that affects the community, I think CSR is eligible to be spent by the companies. This framework provides an important opportunity to align corporate capabilities and resources with the broader priorities of national and regional development. However, compliance should never become the destination of CSR, because they have to spend some money, 2% of their profits of average 3 years, they are spending. Whether that spending is having any impact on the society or the community, we should be able to assess properly. The emerging challenge is to move from a spend and report approach towards a strategic, participatory, and outcome-oriented model. CSR projects should respond to community needs, involve local stakeholders, and be supported by credible implementation. Credible implementation. That is the most important aspect, and impact assessment. If we do this work, what is the impact that is going to have? Regional and sectoral imbalances, weak grassroots engagement, shortage of specialized agencies, and the tendency to favor visible projects over long-term transformation require serious attention. I found in some of the projects, particularly under MP lads, I think honorable MPs are here, every village people ask for a dwar for the village to be spent about 5 lakhs on that. I don't know what it will impact on the community. What is the advantage for the community of a dwar, but they ask for a dwar. Therefore, we should properly assess before spending any of the money. For Odisha, the discussion has particular significance. Our state is witnessing substantial industrial development, especially in sectors such as steel, power, mining, and manufacturing. At the same time, Odisha remains exposed to cyclones, floods, heat waves, storm surges, and drought-like water stress. Therefore, CSR must complement development with environmental responsibility, climate resilience, and community well-being. The needs are diverse, ranging from quality education and healthcare to safe drinking water, nutrition, livelihood generation, women's empowerment, skill development, sports, support for vulnerable communities, rural development, and disaster preparedness. I would emphasize education. The foundational years of a child shape the trajectory of an entire life. Corporate initiatives can strengthen foundational literacy and numeracy, teacher development, appropriate digital learning, scholarships, mentorship, and opportunities for first-generation learners, especially in tribal and backward districts. Such investments may not always produce immediate visibility, but they can transform lives across generations. I think our Secretary in charge of Public Sector Enterprises, Government of Odisha, is emphasizing the community participation. And community participation, stakeholder participation is always required. Otherwise, the project cannot be successful. When I became Member of Parliament in the year 2014, when I visited schools, government schools particularly, many of the schools in the classroom, they have building. In the classroom, there is no furniture for the students to sit. That is the minimum convenience that can be given to a learner. Then I made a project report, how many government schools are there in my constituency, how many classrooms are there, how much existing infrastructure is there, how many benches, dual desk benches are there, how many are required for that particular school. And I mapped all the government high schools and procured the details for the total requirement. I think for this involvement, Honorable MPs are also here. We have 5 crore MP-led fund per year. I think this 5 crore MP-led fund is also equivalent to CSR to spend for the community development. But I was not satisfied with 5 crore MP-led fund per annum. How I can make this fund more larger? Then what I did, The requirement of providing in all government high schools the dual desk benches, the fund requirement is about 4 crores. The number of dual desk benches may be around 3,500 or so. I circulated this project report to all central PSUs, requesting them. I have not asked them to give some money, 10 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs money I don't require. Any organization can come forward to contribute at least one dual desk bench in this project. At least one dual desk bench. If you think about you can contribute more, you can think about contributing for one school or else one classroom. Like that, when the project report was circulated, many of the public sector undertakings came forward, such as HPCL, NTPC, Power Grid Corporation, GAIL, PFC, REC. I didn't remember whether I participated or not. Like that, almost 3 crores of funding has come through CSR from PSUs to supply all the dual desk benches to all the schools on saturation basis. I told them, even if you contribute less, whatever that is required to implement on saturation basis, the gap fund, whatever it is, will be spent from my MP lakhs. Therefore, project will be complete irrespective of the contributions I received from PSU. Then they were very happy. The project was going to be completed. Even if the gap is there, there is a money available to spend from MP lakhs. Therefore, by request to our honorable MPs, please try to formulate some projects in your constituency and try to contribute a part of the funding. The remaining part of the funding you request for CSR funding, wherever it is possible. Then you can enhance your availability of MP lakhs of 5 crores to 10 crores in a year, so that more works can be done under MP lakhs. This is my personal experience. Similarly, CSR in Odisha must become more responsive to ecological and social realities. I observed in Odisha, mainly in tribal areas, the girls and women, their blood hemoglobin percentage is very less. How to improve hemoglobin percentage among the tribal girls? Some doctors advise every day if they take 1 glass of beetroot juice and 2-3 chickies of peanuts made of jaggery, it will improve their blood hemoglobin percentage. Therefore, I implemented this procedure in one tribal girls hostel in Malkangiri district and in one high school in Bhubaneswar city, where our president madam studied in that particular school. I think such projects can be thought of by the companies to adopt certain women hostels, girls students hostels, to improve their hemoglobin percentage so that their health will be improved and their output performance will be better. Similarly, for the children in the schools, they do not know whether they have eyesight problem or not, because they think that is the natural thing, unless he is tested and found some defect. Therefore, eye testing in the schools is a must. Continuously we have to do, identify the problem, so that their parents can take care of to correct the eyesight. Like that, some projects are being implemented in some schools. I think Rotary Club, Lions Club, such type of clubs have come forward to supply the proactor apparatus made by L.V. Prasad Eye Institute to be supplied to the schools and testing of eyesight of the students by the teachers themselves. Industrial growth must go hand in hand with protection of forests, water resources, and biodiversity. In areas affected by mining and large industrial projects, responsible CSR can support livelihood restoration, skill development, local employment, women-led enterprises, and community companies and CSR project. I visited Koraput district. In Koraput district, some machinery is being supplied by NALCO for the women self-help groups to manufacture or to produce some of the millet-based food products. There are about 10 to 12 women are working in that particular activity, and they told me that they are earning not less than 10 to 15,000 rupees per month each woman. That is the livelihood and women-led enterprises. I think such type of projects will be supported by some CSR activities. Disaster risk reduction also deserves greater attention, particularly in cyclone-prone and vulnerable regions. Our aim should be to ensure that communities are not merely beneficiaries of the projects, but active partners in designing and sustaining them. The strategic approach to CSR offers a promising way forward. Businesses possess technology, managerial expertise, innovation, human resource, and financial strength. When these capabilities are aligned with social priorities, CSR can create a win-win situation for business and also the society. The principle of the triple bottom line, profit, people, and planet, reminds us that sustainable prosperity cannot be built by pursuing profit alone. Ethical conduct, environmental stewardship, and social responsibility are increasingly integral to long-term corporate success. I encourage corporate leaders to view CSR not simply as an obligation, but as an opportunity to become responsible partners in Odisha's development journey. Stronger collaboration among government, industry, academia, civil society, and communities can help identify critical gaps, improve implementation, and ensure that resources reach those who need them most. CSR vision must be supported by committed action, transparent reporting, and meaningful impact assessment. Projects undertaken through CSR can play a vital role in building Vikasit Odisha at 2036 by strengthening human capital, livelihoods, resilient communities, and sustainable infrastructure. Even our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji used to guide the PSUs how they have to spend this CSR money. One year he will say that at least 10% of your CSR must be spent in Northeast. Because Northeast is underdeveloped. We have neglected Northeast for a long time. Therefore, we have to bring Northeast on par with the other areas. Therefore, CSR activities must be undertaken in Northeast. Similarly, every year they used to give one theme. This year you please concentrate on education. next year on health, next year on skill development, next year on women-led economic enterprises. Like that, so many guidances were being given by the government also, so that the corporate sector can concentrate on that particular sector for 1 year or 2 years, so that meaningful development can be achieved. At the same time, these efforts contribute to the larger national aspiration of Viksit Bharat at 2047. Every well-designed CSR intervention that improves a child's education, creates a livelihood, protects an ecosystem, empowers a woman, or strengthens a vulnerable community becomes a building block of a stronger Odisha and a stronger India. I commend Odisha Corporate Foundation and Freedom Edu for organizing this important conclave and seminar. I am confident that the deliberations will generate practical ideas and recommendations to make CSR more inclusive, accountable, innovative, and impactful. I extend my best wishes for the success of Bridge Bharat Conclave 2026 and the National Seminar. May this initiative strengthen the partnership between corporate responsibility and public purpose and contribute to a prosperous, inclusive, and sustainable Odisha and India. Thank you. Vande Utkal Janani. Jai.
So much, sir. Now, for the vote of thanks, I would like to request Shri Nikhil Sharaf, the CEO, Freedom Edu Services Private Limited.
जय श्री जगन्नाथ।